What's up, Blockheads? In today's video, we are going to be going over the Memphis Shades fairing that I installed on my Softail Low Rider S. We're going to be talking about the different windshields that I have for it because I've received an absolute ton of questions from you guys asking me to do a review, like a longer term review on this fairing, get them bug guts off. That's one great thing about the fairing, keeps them bug guts off you. In this video, we're going to be doing a comparison. I'm going to be giving you guys my thoughts and feedback. I've had it for probably about, I'd say like 1,000 miles, done like 3-hour rides with it, 3 hours one way, 3 hours back. So definitely some pros and cons. So I'm going to be sharing those with you guys as we go for a ride with it. Like I said, we're talking about the Memphis Shades Road Warrior fairing. Now, Memphis Shades makes this fairing for quite a few Harley-Davidsons, so if you guys are interested in this model, chances are they probably make it for whatever bike it is that you're looking to get it for, Harley-Davidson related. I did an install video on this thing a while back, and one of the reasons that I got it was because I was looking to do longer distance on my Softail Low Rider S, right? I was looking to make it more of like a commuter bike in order to, not have to deal with as much of that wind hitting you in the chest and the helmet and all that stuff. You want something to break up and block that wind, right? So what do? You get a windshield, right? Windshield's attached to the fairing. So the fairing helps to push the wind out and the windshield helps to push the wind up. This thing has been an absolute game changer when it comes to distance riding. However, there is a pretty big difference between the current windshield that I have on there, which is an 11-inch vented smoked windshield. I think it's like the dark smoke. So yeah, there's a big difference between the 11-inch windshield that's vented and the other windshield that I have is a 13-inch not vented. And I think that one is just a regular smoke. So you got clear, regular smoke, which is the other one which you'll be seeing in this video. And then you've got dark smoke, which is this one here. They only make dark smoke up to the 11-inch. I guess something regarding like the height or whatever, not wanting to like obstruct your vision with like a darker windshield. I know the rule that they say is to basically, like, you want the windshield to be high enough to where your eyesight is basically going over the top of it. So with the 11-inch, my eyesight, like, it's lower. So like my eyesight is here normally, like if I'm just raising up the GoPro a little bit. So this is actually a little lower. But cool thing is, for around town riding, the 11-inch for my height, like that's gonna play a big factor in what windshield height you choose. Is your actual height, how high you sit up off the bike. So for my height, the 13-inch windshield actually is perfect. This one is a little low. So it kind of makes sense that this one, the 11-inch vented, is better for like around town riding. You're talking max speeds of like 55, 60 miles an hour. Nothing too crazy, because once you start getting to those highway speeds, the wind starts coming over the top of it and it starts hitting your helmet a bit more and you get more of that buffeting. I found that out the hard way because I took a trip from here in Orlando and went on a ride which was about 140 miles, having this shorter windshield, going speeds, highway speeds, you're talking like 75 to 90-ish miles an hour. Those speeds, like the wind just kind of comes right over the top and is hitting you in the helmet for the most part. So at these speeds right now, I'm going 40, 50-ish miles an hour. Like, this windshield is great for my height, and I think I said it, but if I didn't, I'm 5'10" inches tall. I don't feel any wind on my helmet. I'm sure you guys can't really hear any wind like on the mic or anything like that. I'm going to take it on the highway, which you guys will hear, and I'll get it up to speed between like 75 and 90 miles an hour, and you'll be able to tell a difference. In terms of like the fairing actually pushing wind off, like, yeah, it does push a good amount of wind off. Like, I can't feel any wind right here, but you can like right here, right? So there's a difference between that and that. Also, the fairing tends to push the wind down, and then when it hits your knees, it kind of blows up, which is interesting, especially like whenever you're going faster, which you guys will see here in a minute. right, so I'm going 90 right now. So at these speeds, I can totally feel the wind. I mean, it's still pushing up, but it's hitting the very top of my helmet. You know, here it's hitting, here it's not. So it's still really good for these speeds, you know, like if you want to kind of tuck in. If you're getting a crosswind, which there's actually a crosswind happening right now today, but like I'm going to such a good speed that like I'm not really feeling the crosswind. It does an absolute ton for pushing the wind out of the way and like not putting it on your helmet. But depending on your speed, you know, so like if I slow it down to 75, say cruise control for 75, it's perfect right here. Even with this windshield, like I'm kind of ducking over a little bit, my back's a little hunched, but like if I'm sitting straight up, but it's like shaking my helmet a bit more, but the image stabilization in the GoPro is probably helping to correct a bunch of that. But yeah, like I kind of have to hunch over a little bit. And I mean, if you're going for a longer ride, hunching over like that, it tends to like kind of tire you out, especially like, you know, you can feel it in your back. 85, yeah, like I mean I can feel more of the wind on my visor. Since it's just the top of the helmet, it's not hitting the helmet evenly. It causes it to like kind of bobble a bit more, you know, you get that buffeting. And like I was saying, the wind coming off of it here, you got a good amount of wind coming off here, and then the wind, as soon as it like kind of hits your legs, your knees, it pushes the wind up. So you can kind of feel like it comes off of it here, goes in between like the tank and your legs, and then it comes up right here. I think a lot of people say like to get like the, what are they, the fork deflectors or something like that. So 11-inch vented, not the best for highway. I mean, it can do it, but I'd say it's better suited for like city. But for these speeds, it's freaking great. Keeps all that wind off you. So what I'm gonna do, since we're doing a comparison video between the two windshields and like the review, I'm gonna go ahead and swap out this windshield for the 13-inch smoked, so that I can give you guys a, I guess a good comparison video. And I'll show you guys how easy it is to swap them out too. So let's head back to the garage, swap them out, and then take the next one for a ride. Back in the garage, and we're going to swap out the 11-inch vented, so you can see the vents here. Also, something I forgot to mention, but I'm sure you guys didn't hear it in this one. In a previous video, there was a little bit of a whistle coming from the fairing, which I found out, for some reason, it was like pulled back just a little bit, and that angle, for some reason, however, the wind hit up here, caused it to whistle. So I actually just loosened the clamps around the forks, and I moved it up a little bit. I was able to like angle it forward just a little tiny bit, and that cut out the whistling entirely. It was just the angle of it. For some reason, where the wind was like hitting like right in here, it's just such an angle that it caused a whistle, but managed to do away with that, which is really cool. So swapping out the windshield on these, really easy. They've got these, just these thumb screws, right, that you twist off. It's a little more difficult because I have the Plex speaker system in here, so it's a little harder to get to them. They say not to use tools, but I'm just going to use this to loosen it up so that I can actually get it off the rest of the way with my finger there. So you're just going to save this hardware, or plasticware, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to swap out for the 13-inch. 2 inches doesn't sound like a big deal, but if we look at it and we compare them, so this is a 13-inch non-vented. If we overlap that, pretty much it right there. I mean, you can see that's pretty significant when you're sitting on the bike, which, I mean, you guys will see as soon as we swap it out and get back on the road. Also, you can tell the difference between dark smoke and the regular smoke. We got all the hardware off of there, so take this one off. And we're going to put this one on. Before I put this one on, though, I'm going to kind of clean up in between here. Tends to get like some bugs in there, just some dirt and stuff like that. And if you let that set in between, it'll kind of cause it to scratch the windshield where it mounts, as you guys can see there a little bit. This one got a little scratched up when I used it as well. Just a heads up. Wipe that down with some surface cleaner. Because once you get that back on there, you're not going to be able to clean down in here again. So wipe down here as well, just so we got a clean mounting surface. And grab the hardware, mount her up. All right, new windshield is on. Hardware tightened down. Let's go for a ride, see how it is. All right, we are back. So we're gonna start out same as the last windshield on the Memphis Shades Road Warrior. Just kind of lower speeds, residential. So, you know, between 40, 50, 60-ish miles an hour. So one thing I can tell you on the way here, going about 60-ish miles an hour, is even though this one is taller, it does still feel like there's a bit of buffeting at these slower kind of speeds. With the shorter one, I feel like I didn't feel the buffeting as much on the top of the helmet. And I'm thinking that might be because it's vented. I don't know how like the whole testing on them works, you know, with it being vented. Because I've heard having that venting actually decreases buffeting. Harley-Davidson has some models of bikes that have the fixed fairings. What is it, the road glide, the street glides, where you can actually open up a vent and it helps to decrease the buffeting. So I'm thinking that's probably the function of what the vent is. But it only decreases buffeting at like certain speeds and stuff, right? So once this one, like I was saying, it performs better at higher speeds, like highway and interstate. So these residential, I say residential, these like, I guess normal speeds between like 40, 60-ish miles an hour, it performs well. It's still blocking a good amount of wind. But like I said, the thing is like I can strangely feel buffeting. So this one is more like the correct height for me. Like I said, I'm 5'10". I'm basically looking over the top of this windshield. I'm not looking through it. So you don't want it so tall that you're looking through it. You want it kind of just like, you want to be able to see the road over it, but you want it high enough so that it's blocking wind, right? So with this one, it still has, you know, the same thing where it pushes air back and then it comes up right here. Not as much though, which is interesting, because I mean the air down here wouldn't really have anything to do with the windshield up here, right? On this one, you know, I can feel the air starting pretty much like here, and then depending on the speed, like at these speeds I don't really feel buffeting, which I'm going about 70, it was almost a 70 miles an hour right there. So the thing is, with the taller ones, not vented, I think it's the faster you go, the more it's pushing air kind of up and over, and you're not feeling that buffeting at higher speeds, versus the lower one, if you're doing more like, I don't know, like around town riding and stuff, but you still want to kind of keep the wind off you. Maybe that would be the reasoning for the smaller one with the vents. I don't know. This is just my experience. There's no like science or anything behind this on my end. I'm not like doing wind tunnel research studies or anything like that. But yeah, going this speed, like I don't feel any wind at all. I'm 65 miles an hour, no wind on the helmet, like whatsoever, which is awesome. I'm gonna take it on the highway. We'll get it up to some higher speeds, just so I can give you guys that impression as well. Overall though, man, like the Memphis Shades Road Warrior fairing just totally changed the riding experience on this bike. I know a lot of you guys out there aren't the biggest fan of like the look of the fairing. And to be honest, like at first I wasn't either, but whenever you're you know, riding a bike more for like the utility of it instead of just the aesthetics of it, you know, you kind of got to make some sacrifices. And I mean, I think it's got like a certain kind of like aggressive, you know, mean look to it. It definitely adds like aesthetically more weight to the front of the bike, which kind of balances it out, especially since like with the Low Rider S, you know, it's got the bigger seat, you know, since I've got the Saddleman seat on there, and it's got a longer rear fender. Well, in my opinion, it kind of adds some balance to it, which is kind of cool. All right, let's take this thing on the highway. Here we are, chilling at a nice, holy 95 miles an hour. I'll set it at like 85. 85 miles an hour with this thing. Massive difference between the 11-inch and the 13-inch. The 13-inch, dude, I don't feel buffeting. Like, if anything, I feel more wind from down here. It's really strange. Like, at these speeds, I feel more wind from coming up from the bottom. If you're looking to do more distance at speeds between, I don't know, 70 and 90 miles an hour, I would definitely recommend non-vented and a taller windshield. So like I said, this one's 13-inch. For me, it works out for my height since I'm 5'10" tall. But it's like, oh my God, I wish I had this one on here. I wish I had swapped it out whenever I did that 300-mile ride. 300 miles one way, 300 miles back. This one, I should have swapped it out. It takes like, you know, 5 minutes to swap them. It makes such a huge difference. I forgot how much better this one is at higher speeds. So this one, I gotta stick my neck way out in order to feel the wind. I mean, it's up here, you know. It's noise, very noise. All right, taking it back down to normal around town speeds, I guess. Just swapping these out, comparing them back to back. I haven't ridden with this one on the bike in quite a while, so I am pleasantly surprised at the performance of it on the highway, you know, going highway interstate speeds. Yeah, I don't know, I might leave this one on here for a while depending on the trips that I'm going to be doing coming up. But bought the bike, set it up, taller risers, bars, comfier seat, fairing so that I could do distance, so it kind of makes more sense for me to leave this one on here, I think. I guess in conclusion, the taller one, non-vented, performs better at you know, those highway and interstate speeds. We're talking like 70 plus. This still performs well at keeping wind off you at about, you know, like residential, like around town speeds, you know, 40-50-ish miles an hour. At those speeds though, I do kind of notice a little bit more buffeting. With the shorter one, that's the 11-inch vented, I notice less buffeting at slower speeds between like 40 and 60 miles an hour, but on the highway and the interstate with the shorter 11-inch vented, I do notice a lot more buffeting on the top of the helmet. You got to kind of like weigh your options, which you're going to be utilizing more. What kind of riding are you going to be doing more? It's up to you. That's a decision you need to make. And then you guys were able to see the difference between the dark smoke, the smoke, and then the clear is obviously clear. So anyways, yeah, if you guys are interested in any of it, be sure to check out the links down in the description below. You guys can scoop them up through Get Lowered. And if you guys have any questions, as always, be sure to post up your questions down below, and I'll answer to the best of my knowledge. Hopefully that was insightful for you guys. If you're looking to get a Memphis Shades Road Warrior fairing and you can't really decide on the windshield height, hopefully that should help you with your decision-making process. So yeah, this is about, I'd say probably about a 1,000-mile review since I've had it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, if you did find it useful, be sure to hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button as well. Hit that bell icon so it sends you notifications of future uploads and activity. And until next time, you guys ride safe out there, stay vigilant, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.